So I enlisted as a medic and went off to boot camp, did my AIT. During my AIT, they had some recruiters come from civil affairs, and that's kind of a specialty within the Army. Became a civil affairs medic. That was my job on active duty. I spent 4 years doing that. I did one deployment to Afghanistan in 2012, 2013 as a civil affairs team medic. I ended up getting off active duty in 2015. After I got off active duty, moved back home to Beaumont, Texas, started going to school for exercise physiology. Wasn't really happy with how things were going there. Then I moved out to Colorado, at the University of Colorado Boulder. I started attending school there to continue to pursue exercise physiology. I was a personal trainer and ended up moving back home in 2019. That was when I decided to get into the fire service. Contributing to society in some capacity has always been something I've wanted to do, and all of my jobs have kind of reflected that, and still being able to find something where it's exciting, where I have a lot of the similar qualities that I found in the military, you find in the fire service. So, that was something that really drew me to want to go and do that job. And then as a medic, having that background in medicine, emergency medicine specifically, that was another thing that kind of drew me into the fire service. It was in August of 2022 in which I ended up leaving the fire service and coming to work full-time for Frontline Mobile Health, initially as an exercise physiologist or CPET tech. So my responsibility was to administer the cardiopulmonary exercise test. That's one of the biggest components of our physicals. And that was my job initially with Frontline. I did that for about a year. And then at that year mark, Frontline is a super dynamic place that is experiencing a lot of growth. There was a need for, some other roles, and one of those was an operations manager for the Central Texas region. So I decided to kind of put the exercise phys stuff to the side, and then took the job as the Central Texas operations manager, and did that for about a year, and now have just recently transitioned into the Deputy of Operations, or the Deputy G3 for Frontline Mobile Health. A lot of those things that I learned and did in the military have absolutely transferred to things that I've done in the civilian sector. And I've always kind of felt like that gave me an advantage, just the structure, understanding things aren't always going to go your way, and how you adapt to adversity, how you respond to trials and tribulations. The military has provided me with a lot of things to fall back on, and how to push through and learn, especially with leadership as an NCO. I had soldiers that were underneath me that I was responsible for, that I had to coach and mentor, and so those things too translate to my job as an operations manager or even the Deputy of Operations.